professor. But I'd like to talk to you about some things today, a couple books. One book, this Journey to Ixtlan. It's the last part of the trilogy, the Don Juan, teachings of Don Juan, lessons of Don Juan, the way of the Akwai, the Akwai way of knowledge was the first one, right? And then the second one was a separate reality. Then the third one is this, a Journey to Ixtlan. Back in the old school, they didn't even have, this is an old school copy. This book has been, this is where the prompt comes in. Has anyone had a book that's been following them around all their life? They've run into this book. The Clockwork Orange is like that for me too. Now, Matt Wall, at Matt Wall paperback book junkie, we're going to reread The Clockwork Orange and Naked Lunch up there. Probably later this year. They're not long novels. And we both read them before. But this book has been following me around since before high school. I had this older friend who was into a lot of stuff like that, marijuana and things, and he turned me on to it. His younger brother was my age, but he was like 2 years older. And then I remember reading this in jail. I remember reading it in high school, and then in county jail in Ohio. This is probably like out of college, out of Kent, so it'd be like late 80s. I didn't move to Arizona until like 89. And then I ran into it in grad school out in Arizona with the Indians, and I started trying to learn from the Indians and hiking the Grand Canyon, the South Rim, before the Germans took it over with hotels down there. I haven't been there in like 20 years, but I've hiked it about 10 times. And daytime, nighttime, took a helicopter out once. A dog followed us down one night and then took off. We never saw the dog again. And we would spend a week down there in houses. We wouldn't even have to camp out. And that's why this is going to be put in the Native American part of my playlist. Because I'm also into the Red Road out here. I live in a Narat community, Native American Recovery Association, and Wellbriety, the Red Road. We don't drink or do drugs. Now, this is all about peyote and that. And I've done psilocybin mushrooms as early as last year, but I haven't done any like acid or anything since like 1986. Peyote is another subject. And so is marijuana too. I do smoke marijuana occasionally. And, weed in 2022 isn't your Uncle Larry's marijuana. It's not just for breakfast anymore. But I've been through this book, The Red Road, several times in workshops. And of course, it's all annotated up with references back and forth. It's a great, great book. There's a lot of prayers in it. Little spoiler alert for Christmas. I'm going to be making calligraphy. I also do calligraphy. So I'm going to be reading. I've been reading this book since like 2019. But I'm going to be doing calligraphy from several prayers in here, short prayers. God is the love that lets me forgive others and others forgive me. Creator, guide me in finding the greatest peace, fellowship, and justice with all women and men. There's many great prayers. Creator, protect me from my worst enemy, myself. I ask you that you guide me into the badlands of self. that I may know you better. Please protect my spirit as I relive the past in order to recover. Great Spirit, guide me as I face the self-examination of the South. Great book. Steps 1 through 6, the Native American way. So has anyone had a book, besides me, from childhood or adolescence? I mean, this book is so old. There's a little old card from a hotel in it with the TV channels on it, how to work the air conditioning. It's yellowing. That's all. The last person to read this book, and it was early on too in the book. I mean, Carlos Castaneda is not easy to read, especially his books on dreaming and astral projection and that. Anyone want to talk about lucid dreaming and astral projection? Carl Jung, Man and His Symbols. Like, subscribe, make a comment. I'll reply back to you.